I didn't really know what to expect, so kind of came in a little bit blind because I had never been here. But I felt from the beginning just lots of like basics, really good safety out of the gate. Just a general nice overview of what we were going to do today. And then doing all the dry stuff was really helpful because it's actually kind of terrifying to shoot around a vehicle. That was kind of terrifying, but I felt like safe doing it, and I felt I wouldn't say prepared because I had never done it, but I felt like I had enough info going into it that I kind of knew what I was going to be doing. But big things I took away today. Number one is just because bullets are coming inbound, you don't have to go fast if you have cover. And I don't think I would have ever really, even as we started doing the drills, I don't think that I really kind of appreciated, it was just a constant reminder to slow down and that you can actually take your time if you have cover because you're not under the gun, and to use the cover to your advantage. And at the end of the day, I think the other big takeaway is I'm not going after bad guys. I'm trying not to die. I'm trying not to get killed. And that was kind of it's just a different, mindset when you're carrying a weapon. As kind of a novice, you think you're supposed to kind of do more, and really you're just trying not to die. And I think that's what I really took away from this, is like how to protect myself. So I just started, this is 2025, I just started shooting in 2025 in February. So I've only been at this, 4-5 months. So what I did was I took lessons and training. And I've been able to position myself with people who I feel like are, I don't know, they all resonate in some fashion. So I've done private lessons, and then I've done some class settings. I found E.A.S.T group. One thing I did do that was actually kind of a helpful thing for new people is I found A Girl and a Gun and AWA, which were some jumping points off to find the next thing. And the AWA is a lot more active in my area, so they were helpful in finding E.A.S.T group actually, because a couple people had been here and shared class, this class in particular that came up and shared it. So that's how I found E.A.S.T group to begin with, was through them. So I've just been doing a lot of instructional training with people that I feel like are reputable in the industry, because they kind of hit home. I feel like I have pretty good intuition where that kind of thing comes. And then dry firing. It's not sexy, but it helps a lot. And it helps to, just with gun handling, so that I'm not flubbing around. I still flub around with gun handling just because I'm new at it. But the gun handling, I think, is a lot that dry fires help with. Nothing until you actually get into this situation will be at all what you think. Like, I would have had no idea about pillars, about places of cover on vehicle. I would have had zero, idea of where would my safer places be on the vehicle, and then how you move around the vehicle, how you move with your weapon around the vehicle. I would have never known any of that. Like, I wouldn't have even fathomed it. You see movies, but like, what is that? So it's nothing like the movies. It's nothing like videos and stuff that you see. This was actual, like, stuff that I would have just never been able to even fathom to think about.
So this is the first time I've taken a training class. At all. This is the first time I've taken a training class.
Okay.
And so just the whole experience was new. Having shot for years, hunting with family and that kind of stuff, this was the first time really coming to get some instruction on something I've never even thought about doing before. And I gotta admit, it was really humbling. Just going through stuff, if you don't try it, you don't really know what you don't know until you do it. And this was a really great controlled environment to do that. First time ever. So what was really nice, because we had a smaller group, was the ability to kind of look at some of those basic mechanics in addition to the broader component of how you deal with in a vehicle and something happening, and really stopping, evaluating, reassessing, and then re-engaging in the training was instrumental in getting a handle as to what you're going to do in real life. Because when it happens, it happens. You don't get to think about it anymore. You got to do it. From the actual training component, there's a lot of safe places to be and to stay in while you're trying to figure out what's going on and how to eliminate the threat. It's not just throwing bullets out. It's like, think about what you're doing, where you are so you're not getting shot, and how you're going to engage with that threat in a safe way. And it's a great way to think about the situation and the training and the confidence it provides. I don't want to say I'm overconfident, but I'm not scared of the situation. I can think rationally, or at least I believe I can, when it happens. And that's a huge difference from when I re-rolled into the parking lot this morning. Just because I'd never done anything like this before, the whole thing was a challenge. But there were enough kind of key fundamentals that I want to take away, train on, and then come back for kind of that next class with this, so that the actual experience of dealing with a vehicle and engaging with a threat, I can deal with that part of it better than some of the basics that I thought I knew but didn't. You and the two other instructors were really helpful in evaluating each of us individually, looking at each of us and what we were doing, pointing out things in the moment, and then having us redo it, re-engage, go through it again. It was really, having that almost one-on-one training was phenomenal. It's funny that you talk about round count, because in my head, when I have seen the training at different places and you've got this 500, 600 rounds kind of thing, I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do a lot of shooting. But the reality is, it's less about shooting. When you're doing your carry conceal, you're not carrying 16 mags on you, you're carrying 1 or 2. The goal is to get out of that threat, and understanding how to deal with the threat and disengage. You don't need to be shooting 200 rounds. You need to understand what you're doing in that moment.
This is the most broad-based training for real-life experiences, which, since I'm handicapped right now with my back, I wore crossbody today, so I was zipping it out of like a fanny pack, but I was really learning how to navigate real-life situations, which no other class does. It's very much something you should do, because if you only do range shooting and you only take lessons, you have no clue what to do around an active shooter around a vehicle. And this class doesn't cover it all, because you have vehicles too, but it gave me a great foundation